In Texas, what is the speed limit in a residential district unless otherwise posted? Option A, 25 miles per hour. Option B, 35 miles per hour. Option C, 20 miles per hour. Option D, 30 miles per hour. The correct answer is D, 30 miles per hour. Texas sets a default speed limit of 30 miles per hour in urban districts and residential areas unless a sign specifies a different limit. Always look for posted signs, as some neighborhoods may have limits as low as 15 or 20 miles per hour near schools or playgrounds. In Texas, what is the minimum distance you must park from a fire station driveway on the same side of the street? Option A, 20 feet. Option B, 10 feet. Option C, 15 feet. Option D, 30 feet. The correct answer is A, 20 feet. Texas law prohibits parking within 20 feet of a fire station driveway on the same side of the street. Emergency apparatus must be able to exit the station rapidly at all times, and a vehicle blocking the approach can delay a life-saving response. In Texas, what is the minimum age to apply for a motorcycle license, Class M, without completing a safety course? Option A, 16 years old. Option B, 21 years old. Option C, there is no age minimum, the safety course is always required. Option D, 18 years old. The correct answer is D, 18 years old. In Texas, applicants 18 or older may obtain a Class M motorcycle license by passing the standard knowledge and skills tests without taking a safety course. Applicants under 18 must complete an approved motorcycle safety course to obtain a motorcycle license. In Texas, what is the consequence for a driver under 21 who is caught with any detectable amount of alcohol while operating a vehicle? Option A, driving under the influence of alcohol, DUI charge, Texas zero tolerance law applies. Option B, no charge unless BAC is 0, 4% or higher. Option C, DWI charge, same as drivers 21 and older. Option D, only a civil fine, no criminal charge for under 21 drivers. The correct answer is A, driving under the influence of alcohol, DUI charge, Texas zero tolerance law applies. Texas's zero tolerance law makes it illegal for anyone under 21 to drive with any detectable amount of alcohol. Even a trace amount triggers a DUI, driving under the influence by a minor, charge, which is separate from DWI and carries its own penalties including license suspension. In Texas, what does a blue curb marking typically indicate? Option A, parking reserved for persons with disabilities. Option B, parking limited to 15 minutes only. Option C, no stopping or parking permitted at any time. Option D, loading zone, commercial vehicles only. The correct answer is A, parking reserved for persons with disabilities. A blue curb designates a parking space reserved exclusively for people with disabilities who display a valid disability placard or license plate. Parking in a blue curb space without proper authorization is a serious violation with significant fines. In Texas, when parking uphill on a street without a curb, which way should you turn your front wheels? Option A, to the right, toward the edge of the road. Option B, straight ahead, direction does not matter without a curb. Option C, to the left, away from the edge of the road. Option D, to the right, away from the edge of the road. The correct answer is A, to the right, toward the edge of the road. When parking uphill without a curb, turn your wheels to the right, toward the road edge. If the brakes fail, the vehicle will roll off the paved surface rather than into traffic. This is the opposite of uphill parking with a curb, where you turn left. In Texas, what is required when two vehicles approach an uncontrolled intersection from different roads at the same time? Option A, the vehicle traveling faster has the right of way. Option B, the vehicle traveling straight has the right of way overturning vehicles. Option C, the larger vehicle proceeds first. Option D, the vehicle on the left must yield to the vehicle on the right. The correct answer is D, the vehicle on the left must yield to the vehicle on the right. At an uncontrolled intersection when two vehicles arrive simultaneously, Texas law requires the driver on the left to yield to the driver on the right. This rule prevents deadlocks and reduces conflict at intersections without traffic controls. In Texas, what is the minimum distance you must park from a fire hydrant? Option A, 10 feet. Option B, 20 feet. Option C, 30 feet. Option D, 15 feet. The correct answer is D, 15 feet. Texas requires drivers to park at least 15 feet from a fire hydrant. Fire hoses must be able to connect to the hydrant and run to a fire without obstruction. Parking too close prevents firefighters from accessing the hydrant quickly. In Texas, what does a no parking sign mean for a driver who needs to drop off a passenger? Option A, you may stop momentarily to drop off a passenger as long as you stay in the vehicle. Option B, you may not stop for any reason at any time. Option C, you may park for up to 5 minutes if the hazard lights are on. Option D, stopping is allowed only for commercial vehicles making deliveries. The correct answer is A. You may stop momentarily to drop off a passenger as long as you stay in the vehicle. A no parking sign prohibits leaving a vehicle unattended but generally allows a brief stop to load or unload a passenger as long as the driver remains in or immediately beside the vehicle. A no stopping sign is more restrictive and prohibits even this brief stop. In Texas, what does a solid white line on the right edge of a roadway indicate? Option A, the edge of the travel lane. Do not cross to the right of this line while driving. Option B, a bicycle lane boundary. Bicyclists must stay inside this line. Option C, a parking zone boundary on rural roads. Option D, a right turn only lane entrance ahead. The correct answer is A. The edge of the travel lane. Do not cross to the right of this line while driving. A solid white edge line marks the outer boundary of the traveled roadway. Driving to the right of this line puts your vehicle on the shoulder, which may be unpaved or occupied by pedestrians and cyclists. You should stay within the white edge line during normal driving. In Texas, what does the move over law require specifically for tow trucks and utility vehicles? Option A, move over or slow down for tow trucks and utility vehicles with flashing lights stopped on the shoulder. Option B, only law enforcement and fire trucks are covered, not tow or utility vehicles. Option C, move over or slow to 20 miles per hour below the posted limit for tow trucks only. Option D, give 3 feet of clearance but no lane change or speed reduction is required. The correct answer is A. Move over or slow down for tow trucks and utility vehicles with flashing lights stopped on the shoulder. Texas's move over law covers not just emergency vehicles, but also tow trucks and utility vehicles displaying flashing lights while stopped on a highway shoulder. Drivers must move to an adjacent lane if possible, or slow to 20 miles per hour below the posted limit. Minimum 5 miles per hour on roads posted at 25 miles per hour or less. In Texas, what is the consequence of a first conviction of driving while license is invalid, DWLI? Option A, civil infraction with a $200 fine only. Option B, Class B misdemeanor with possible jail time. Option C, automatic felony and permanent revocation. Option D, Class C misdemeanor with a fine up to $500. The correct answer is D, Class C misdemeanor with a fine up to $500. Driving while license is invalid, DWLI, in Texas is a Class C misdemeanor for a first offense, punishable by a fine up to $500. Knowingly driving with a suspended license can be charged as a more serious offense. Repeat offenses escalate the charge level. In Texas, what color are guide signs that direct drivers to cities, highways, and destinations? Option A, green with white text. Option B, blue with white text. Option C, white with black text. Option D, brown with white text. The correct answer is A, green with white text. Green signs with white text are used for guide signs on Texas highways, including route markers, exit signs, and signs indicating distances to cities and destinations. Green is the standard color for highway guide signs nationwide. In Texas, how many points are added to your driving record for a speeding conviction of 10 miles per hour or less in a school zone? Option A, 2 points. Option B, 3 points. Option C. 4 points. Option D. 6 points. The correct answer is B. 3 points. In Texas, most moving violations add 2 points to your driving record. However, violations that occur in a school zone or result in a crash add 3 points instead. Accumulating 6 or more points within 36 months triggers a surcharge under the Driver Responsibility Program. In Texas, what is the minimum distance you must park from a railroad crossing? Option A. 10 feet from the nearest rail. Option B. 15 feet from the nearest rail. Option C. 25 feet from the nearest rail. Option D. 50 feet from the nearest rail. The correct answer is D. 50 feet from the nearest rail. Texas law requires parking at least 50 feet from the nearest rail of a railroad crossing. This keeps the crossing area clear for emergency vehicles and ensures drivers have adequate sight lines to see approaching trains before stopping at the crossing. In Texas, what is the correct action when you see a divided highway end sign? Option A. Stay right. The road widens into more lanes ahead. Option B. Move to the left lane, the right lane is ending. Option C. The road is about to enter a construction zone. Slow to 45 miles per hour. Option D. Prepare to share the road with oncoming traffic as the median disappears. The correct answer is D. Prepare to share the road with oncoming traffic as the median disappears. A divided highway end sign warns that the physical median separating opposing traffic is ending. After this point, traffic from both directions will share the same undivided roadway. Be prepared for oncoming vehicles and stay alert for vehicles turning or crossing the center line. In Texas, how far in advance must you signal before making a turn on a highway outside a city? Option A. At least 50 feet before the turn. Option B. At least 100 feet before the turn. Option C. At least 300 feet before the turn. Option D. At least 200 feet before the turn. The correct answer is D. At least 200 feet before the turn. Texas requires drivers to signal at least 100 feet before turning on a road inside a city, and at least 200 feet before turning on a highway outside a city. Greater advance warning is required at higher speeds to give following drivers adequate time to react. In Texas, what is the purpose of the delineator posts, flexible posts, placed along the sides of roads? Option A. To mark the speed limit transition zones on highways. Option B. To indicate parking zones on divided highways. Option C. To mark locations where U-turns are permitted. Option D. To guide drivers and define lane and road boundaries, especially at night and in bad weather. The correct answer is D. To guide drivers and define lane and road boundaries, especially at night and in bad weather. Delineator posts, flexible reflective posts, outline road edges and lane boundaries to help guide drivers, especially at night or in adverse weather. They are commonly placed on curves, in construction zones, and along highway edges where lane boundaries may be unclear. In Texas, what is the minimum vision requirement to obtain an unrestricted driver license? Option A. 20/20 in both eyes without correction. Option B. 20/40 in at least one eye with or without correction. Option C. 20/70 in both eyes with correction. Option D. 20/60 in the better eye without correction. The correct answer is B. 20/40 in at least one eye with or without correction. Texas requires minimum visual acuity of 20/40 in at least one eye, with or without corrective lenses, for an unrestricted driver license. If you need glasses or contacts to meet this standard, a corrective lens restriction will be placed on your license. In Texas, what does the Texas Transportation Code require of drivers when their vehicle's horn is not working? Option A. The vehicle may still be operated as long as the driver uses hand signals. Option B. The vehicle must be taken off the road immediately. Option C. The driver must report it to TXDPS within 10 days. Option D. The vehicle must be repaired before it can be legally operated on public roads. The correct answer is D. The vehicle must be repaired before it can be legally operated on public roads. Texas law requires every motor vehicle operated on public roads to be equipped with a working horn audible from at least 200 feet. A vehicle with an inoperable horn does not meet the minimum equipment standards and should not be driven until repaired. In Texas, what is the minimum following distance recommended when following a large commercial truck on a highway? Option A, 2 seconds behind the truck. Option B, 3 seconds behind the truck. Option C, the same as any other vehicle, 2 seconds is sufficient. Option D, 4 seconds or more behind the truck. The correct answer is D, 4 seconds or more behind the truck. Following a large commercial truck requires at least 4 seconds of following distance because trucks have large blind spots directly behind them, require much longer stopping distances, and can obstruct your forward view. Staying farther back improves your visibility and reaction time. In Texas, what is the law regarding making a left turn at an intersection when facing a steady green light? Option A, you may turn left immediately, the green light gives you right of way. Option B, you must yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians before turning left. Option C, left turns on a steady green are prohibited, wait for a green arrow. Option D, you may turn left if no pedestrians are in the crosswalk only. The correct answer is B, you must yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians before turning left. A steady green light permits a left turn but does not give you automatic right of way. You must yield to all oncoming traffic and pedestrians in the crosswalk before completing your left turn. Failing to yield while turning left is a leading cause of intersection collisions. In Texas, what does it mean when an overhead lane control signal shows a red X? Option A, this lane requires toll payment, merge to a free lane. Option B, hazardous road conditions exist, drive at reduced speed. Option C, this lane is reserved for emergency vehicles only. Option D, this lane is closed, you must move out of this lane immediately. The correct answer is D, this lane is closed, you must move out of this lane immediately. A red X on an overhead lane control signal means the lane directly below is closed. Drivers must immediately move to an adjacent open lane. These signals are used on reversible lanes and managed highways to direct traffic flow and manage construction or incident zones. In Texas, what is required of a driver who is involved in a crash that damages only unattended property, not another vehicle? Option A, leave the scene immediately, no duty exists for unattended property. Option B, report it to the nearest police station within 48 hours only. Option C, take reasonable steps to locate the owner or leave a note with contact information. Option D, only call 911. No written notice is required for property damage. The correct answer is C, take reasonable steps to locate the owner or leave a note with contact information. If you damage unattended property, like a fence, mailbox, or parked bicycle, in Texas, you must make reasonable efforts to find the owner. If you cannot, leave a written notice with your name, address, and a description of the incident in a conspicuous place. Leaving the scene without doing so is a hit and run. In Texas, what is the minimum number of supervised driving hours required before a teen can take the road test? Option A, 20 hours including 2 hours at night. Option B, 30 hours including 5 hours at night. Option C, 40 hours including 10 hours at night. Option D, 50 hours including 10 hours at night. The correct answer is C, 40 hours including 10 hours at night. Texas GDL requires learner license holders to complete at least 40 hours of supervised driving practice, including a minimum of 10 hours at night. These hours must be certified by a parent or guardian before the teen is eligible for a full license or road test. In Texas, what is the correct action when driving through a work zone with a flagger present? Option A, follow all directions given by the flagger, they have the authority of a traffic control device. Option B, follow only if the flagger's instructions match the posted signs. Option C, slow to 45 miles per hour and proceed without stopping regardless of flagger signals. Option D, flaggers are advisory only, you are not legally required to obey them. The correct answer is A, follow all directions given by the flagger, They have the authority of a traffic control device. In Texas, flaggers in work zones have the legal authority of a traffic control device. You must follow their directions. Failing to obey a flagger is a traffic violation. Fines in Texas work zones are doubled when workers are present. In Texas, what does implied consent specifically require of a driver who is lawfully arrested for DWI? Option A. To consent to a vehicle search for open containers. Option B. To submit to a breath, blood, or urine test when requested by law enforcement. Option C. To answer all questions truthfully during a DWI investigation. Option D. To consent to field sobriety tests at roadside. The correct answer is B. To submit to a breath, blood, or urine test when requested by law enforcement. Texas's implied consent law means that by driving on public roads, you agree to submit to a breath, blood, or urine test if lawfully arrested for DWI. Refusing the test results in automatic license suspension, 180 days for a first refusal, even if you are not convicted of DWI. In Texas, what is the speed limit for school buses operating on public roads? Option A. The same as any other vehicle on that road. Option B. No more than 60 mph on any road. Option C. No more than 50 mph unless the road is posted lower. Option D. No more than 45 mph on any road. The correct answer is B. No more than 60 mph on any road. Texas law limits school buses to a maximum speed of 60 miles per hour, regardless of the posted speed limit on any road. Because school buses carry children and have longer stopping distances, this lower maximum speed applies even on highways with higher limits. In Texas, what is the correct response when you encounter a flooded roadway of unknown depth? Option A. Proceed slowly through the flood. Most vehicles can handle 2 feet of water. Option B. Drive through quickly to minimize the time your vehicle is in water. Option C. Turn around and find an alternate route. Never drive through unknown floodwater. Option D. Stop at the edge and wait for the water level to drop before crossing. The correct answer is C. Turn around and find an alternate route. Never drive through unknown floodwater. Texas's Turn Around, Don't Drown campaign warns drivers never to drive through flooded roads of unknown depth. Just 6 inches of water can cause a vehicle to lose control, and 12 inches can float many cars. Floodwaters are a leading cause of weather-related traffic deaths in Texas. In Texas, what is the law regarding the use of hazard lights while driving on a highway? Option A. Hazard lights may be used whenever you drive below the posted speed limit. Option B. Hazard lights are prohibited while the vehicle is moving on a highway. Option C. Hazard lights may be used while driving in a funeral procession or dangerous conditions. Option D. Hazard lights must always be used when driving in rain on a highway. The correct answer is C. Hazard lights may be used while driving in a funeral procession or dangerous conditions. In Texas, hazard lights may be used while a vehicle is moving on a highway only in limited situations. When part of a funeral procession, when traveling at a speed well below normal due to a hazard, or in other emergency situations. Using them improperly can confuse other drivers about your intentions. In Texas, what does a pentagon-shaped, 5-sided sign indicate? Option A. A no passing zone, do not attempt to pass here. Option B. A school zone or school crossing ahead. Option C. A railroad crossing is approaching. Option D. A slow-moving vehicle is ahead. The correct answer is B. A school zone or school crossing ahead. The pentagon, 5-sided, shape is used exclusively for school zone and school crossing advance warning signs. Its unique shape allows drivers to recognize it at a distance, even before reading the text, prompting them to slow down and watch for children. In Texas, what does a yield here to pedestrian sign placed before a crosswalk require of drivers? Option A. Stop only if a pedestrian has already stepped into the crosswalk. Option B. Stop behind the sign and yield to pedestrians who are in or about to enter the crosswalk. Option C. Slow to 10 miles per hour, no complete stop is required. Option D. This sign is advisory only and does not require any action. correct answer is B. Stop behind the sign and yield to pedestrians who are in or about to enter the crosswalk. A yield here to pedestrians sign directs drivers to stop at that point and yield to pedestrians who are in or approaching the crosswalk. It is placed before the crosswalk to give drivers more stopping distance, especially at mid-block crossings. In Texas, how many points are added to your driving record for a first conviction of running a stop sign? Option A, 1 point. Option B, 2 points. Option C, 3 points. Option D, 4 points. The correct answer is B, 2 points. Running a stop sign in Texas results in 2 points added to your driving record. Most standard moving violations carry 2 points, while violations in school zones or crashes carry 3 points. Reaching 6 points in 36 months triggers a driver responsibility surcharge. In Texas, when is it legal to drive in a bicycle lane? Option A, at any time if no bicyclists are present. Option B, only when making a right turn and only within the last 200 feet before the turn. Option C, only when directed by a flagger or law enforcement officer. Option D, never. Bicycle lanes are always exclusively for bicyclists. The correct answer is B, only when making a right turn and only within the last 200 feet before the turn. Texas law permits a motor vehicle to enter a bicycle lane only when making a right turn and only within the last 200 feet approaching the intersection. Drivers must yield to bicyclists in the lane before entering. At all other times, bicycle lanes are reserved for cyclists. In Texas, what is the required minimum liability insurance coverage for property damage? Option A, $10,000 per occurrence. Option B, $15,000 per occurrence. Option C, $25,000 per occurrence. Option D, $30,000 per occurrence. The correct answer is C, $25,000 per occurrence. Texas's minimum liability insurance requirement is 30/60/25, $30,000 per injured person, $60,000 per crash for all injured persons, and $25,000 for property damage. This is sometimes called the 30/60/25 coverage rule. In Texas, what must a driver do when their vehicle's registration has expired? Option A, may continue driving. A grace period of 60 days applies before any penalty. Option B, must park the vehicle until renewed. It cannot legally be driven. Option C, must display a registration pending notice in the windshield. Option D, may receive a citation. Expired registration is a traffic violation. The correct answer is D, may receive a citation. Expired registration is a traffic violation. Driving a vehicle with expired registration in Texas is a traffic violation that can result in a citation and fine. There is a grace period for renewal, but operating the vehicle after expiration can lead to a Class C misdemeanor fine. Renew registration on time to avoid penalties. In Texas, what is the basic speed law, and when can a driver be cited under it? Option A, it sets the maximum speed limit. You cannot be cited below the posted limit. Option B, it applies only on highways. City streets have absolute limits only. Option C, it requires driving at a speed safe for conditions, even below the posted limit. Option D, it is a statewide minimum speed rule. Driving too slowly triggers it. The correct answer is C, it requires driving at a speed safe for conditions, even below the posted limit. Texas's basic speed law requires driving at a speed that is safe for existing conditions, road surface, visibility, weather, and traffic, even if that means driving below the posted limit. A driver can be cited for traveling at the posted speed if that speed is unreasonable given the conditions. In Texas, what is the law regarding funeral processions on public roads? Option A, funeral processions have no special rights. They must obey all traffic signals. Option B, funeral processions may proceed through red lights if an escort vehicle leads the way. Option C, all vehicles in a funeral procession may proceed through a red light if the lead vehicle entered legally. Option D, only the lead vehicle may run a red light. All other vehicles must stop. The correct answer is C, All vehicles in a funeral procession may proceed through a red light if the lead vehicle entered legally. Other drivers must yield to the entire procession. Cutting into a funeral procession is illegal. In Texas, what is the consequence of failing to maintain financial responsibility, no insurance, for a vehicle? Option A. Civil fine only, no points and no license action. Option B. Fine between $175 and $350 for a first offense, plus vehicle impoundment possible. Option C. Automatic license suspension for 6 months and $500 fine. Option D. Warning only for a first offense. Suspension begins at second offense. The correct answer is B. Fine between $175 and $350 for a first offense, plus vehicle impoundment possible. A first offense for driving without insurance in Texas carries a fine between $175 and $350. A second or subsequent offense within 5 years raises the fine to $350 to $1,000. Vehicles may also be impounded. The state may also require in State Route 22 filing for reinstatement. In Texas, what is the minimum distance a driver must park from an intersection? Option A. 10 feet from the intersection. Option B. 20 feet from the intersection. Option C. 30 feet from the intersection. Option D. 50 feet from the intersection. The correct answer is C. 30 feet from the intersection. Texas requires drivers to park at least 30 feet from an intersection. Parking too close to an intersection blocks the view of drivers turning onto the street and obstructs the vision of pedestrians and cyclists entering the crosswalk. In Texas, how many points are added to your driving record for a conviction of reckless driving? Option A. 2 points. Option B. 3 points. Option C. 4 points. Option D. 6 points. The correct answer is B. 3 points. Reckless driving in Texas adds 3 points to your driving record, the same as a violation in a school zone or crash-related offense. Reckless driving is a criminal misdemeanor, not just a traffic violation, and can result in jail time and significant fines. In Texas, what does a no stopping sign prohibit? Option A. Leaving a vehicle unattended, brief stops are still allowed. Option B. Stopping to load or unload passengers, parking is still allowed. Option C. Any stopping, standing, or parking for any reason at any time. Option D. Stopping only during rush hour, normal hours are unrestricted. The correct answer is C. Any stopping, standing, or parking for any reason at any time. A no stopping sign is the most restrictive of all parking/stopping signs. It prohibits any stop for any reason, including loading or unloading passengers, or even pausing briefly. This is more restrictive than no standing, no waiting, and no parking, no leaving vehicle unattended. In Texas, what must a driver do when approaching a railroad crossing where the gates are lowering? Option A. Speed up to cross before the gates come down if safe to do so. Option B. Stop at least 15 feet from the nearest rail and wait. Option C. Stop immediately regardless of position and wait for the gates to rise. Option D. Proceed slowly under the gate if the train has not yet arrived. The correct answer is B. Stop at least 15 feet from the nearest rail and wait. When railroad crossing gates are lowering, you must stop at least 15 feet from the nearest rail and wait until the gates fully rise and the crossing is completely clear before proceeding. Never attempt to beat a train or drive around lowered gates. It is illegal and potentially fatal. In Texas, what is the minimum age to obtain a commercial driver license, CDL, for interstate, within Texas, driving? Option A. 16 years old. Option B. 17 years old. Option C. 18 years old. Option D. 21 years old. The correct answer is C. 18 years old. In Texas, the minimum age to obtain a CDL for intrastate commercial driving is 18 years old. For interstate, cross-state, commercial driving, federal law requires drivers to be at least 21. Teen CDL holders are restricted to intrastate operations only. In Texas, what does a road narrows warning sign require of approaching drivers? Option A. Stop and yield to oncoming traffic before proceeding. Option B. Move to the left lane immediately before the road narrows. Option C. Be alert that the road ahead becomes narrower and adjust speed if needed. Option D. Turn around, the road ahead is too narrow for standard vehicles. The correct answer is C. Be alert that the road ahead becomes narrower and adjust speed if needed. A road narrow sign alerts drivers that the roadway ahead decreases in width. No stop or immediate merge is required. Instead, drivers should reduce speed if necessary, stay aware of reduced lane width, and be cautious of oncoming traffic. In Texas, what is the law regarding seatbelts for children under age 8? Option A. Children under 8 must be secured in a child safety seat or booster seat. Option B. Children under 8 must ride in the back seat only. Seatbelt placement does not matter. Option C. A regular seatbelt is sufficient for children over 40 pounds regardless of age. Option D. The law applies only when traveling on highways. City streets are exempt. The correct answer is A. Children under 8 must be secured in a child safety seat or booster seat. Texas law requires all children under 8 years old to be properly secured in a child passenger safety seat system, which may be an infant seat, convertible seat, or booster seat depending on age, height, and weight. The driver is responsible for all children under 8 in the vehicle. In Texas, what is the correct action when a traffic signal is showing a steady yellow light? Option A. Speed up to clear the intersection before the light turns red. Option B. Stop immediately regardless of your position. Option C. Prepare to stop. Stop if you can do so safely before the intersection. Option D. Yield to cross traffic and then proceed through cautiously. The correct answer is C. Prepare to stop. Stop if you can do so safely before the intersection. A steady yellow light in Texas warns that the signal is about to turn red. You should prepare to stop and do so if you can safely stop before reaching the intersection. If you are too close to stop safely, you may proceed with caution through the intersection. In Texas, what is the law regarding honking your horn? Option A. Horns may be used freely to communicate with other drivers at any time. Option B. Horns may only be used as a warning when necessary to ensure safe operation. Option C. Horns are prohibited in residential areas between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. Option D. Horns must be used when passing another vehicle on a 2-lane road. The correct answer is B. Horns may only be used as a warning when necessary to ensure safe operation. Texas law requires that a horn be used only as a warning device when reasonably necessary to ensure safe operation. Using a horn to express frustration, greet someone, or harass another driver can be considered a violation. Every vehicle must have a working horn audible at 200 feet. In Texas, what does a steady green arrow signal at a traffic signal mean for drivers in that lane? Option A. You may proceed in the arrow direction. Oncoming traffic is stopped. Option B. You may proceed but must yield to oncoming traffic. Option C. You must stop and wait for a full green light before turning. Option D. The green arrow applies only to right-turning vehicles. The correct answer is A. You may proceed in the arrow direction. Oncoming traffic is stopped. A steady green arrow is a protected signal. It means oncoming traffic is stopped by a red light, and you may proceed in the direction of the arrow with right-of-way. Green arrows are commonly used for dedicated left turn or right turn phases. In Texas, what is the law regarding texting while driving for all drivers? Option A. Texting is prohibited only for drivers under 18. Option B. Texting is prohibited only in school zones, allowed elsewhere. Option C. Texting while driving is prohibited statewide for all drivers. Option D. Texting is only prohibited on highways. City street texting is legal. The correct answer is C. Texting while driving is prohibited statewide for all drivers. Texas law, effective September 2017, prohibits reading, writing, or sending electronic messages while driving for all drivers, statewide. A first offense carries a fine up to $99. A second offense can result in a fine up to $200. Hands-free use is permitted for all adult drivers. Outstanding! You completed all 50 Texas DMV Written Test Volume 4. Subscribe to the USA Driving Test for free practice tests for all 50 states. Good luck on your exam.